Hey guys, I'm dropping by to give a little homework suggestion, a little bit more of some suggested reading. In the beginning, I asked you to dig into The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. And, that book's really about getting active, right? Breaking through the resistance and just getting it done. And you'll remember in the beginning, that's what I said. The key is understanding that this business is all about sharing, and the more you can share, the more active you can be, then the more productive you're going to be and the more success that you're going to have. The next thing that we talked about was turning pro, getting serious and treating your business like a business, building it by design, building it on purpose, scheduling and tracking and setting your KPIs and all of that fun stuff, okay? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is sort of circling back to our sharing, and kind of talking a little bit about how we share. And this next broad concept and this next suggested reading is focused on really bringing the servant's heart into your sharing. It's the go-giver. I put it up in a reference earlier on about some possible suggested readings, and now I'm circling back to it as a really recommended reading. I think it's one of the key recommended readings for really learning how to do this business and really learning how to be super successful at this business. So if you've already read it, please pick it up again and dig back into it, because just like the other ones, I'm going to ask you to not just read it, but really dig into it, really contemplate the concept of bringing giving into everything that you do. I like to refer to it as adding value. If you can be always on the lookout of opportunities to bring value, to add value, to give in your sharing, then you'll find that the key to being able to actually connect and actually open the opportunity for there to be any kind of interaction going on, whether it's sharing a product or potentially even connecting with a new business partner, it's got to start with the trust and the interaction that starts relationship. And the best way to bring that forward is coming into all of your interactions with the intent to give something, with the intent to bring value right away. A couple of things happen. Number one, we get to work right away because that's what we do as Beachbody coaches. We bring value, we add value into people's pursuit of their own goals, right? If it's in health and fitness, then we have some of the best, most effective, result-driven health and fitness products in the world to offer to people. And we know, because most of us are products of the products ourselves and prior customers, that if followed, these products are going to bring results and they're going to bring value to this individual's efforts, whether those efforts are for weight loss or for increasing fitness level or medical issues, whatever it may be, whatever the things are that people use our health and fitness products for, or possibly it's to pursue the dream of opening a new income stream of residual income and the potential of building a business, doing that same thing, helping people to help themselves. Any of that. So whatever it all is, if you boil it all down, it comes down to the same thing that I said in the very first video where we opened with. This whole thing's about sharing. This whole thing is about giving value, bringing value to the people that we are working with, bringing positive life change, or at least the opportunity for positive life change in the areas of health and fitness or building wealth, right? I said that in the very first video. So if that's what we do, you got to start off with it, and it's got to start off right in your intent, right in your subconscious mind. And this book is going to really help, I think, illustrate what I'm talking about. And again, if you've already read it, dig into it again and really ask yourself, what am I doing to do this, right? If you had fun reading this book and it meant something to you, now ask the question, how are you implementing it? How has it changed the way you're sharing with people? Okay? Because look at it, it's proven, folks, the way that people have the most success in this business is following some of the things that are already out there that are examples of giving value up front to start the interaction, right? Why does a fit club work? Because you're giving people the opportunity to come and experience a free workout. You're giving them an opportunity to come and receive from you, and then they can decide whether they want to continue an interaction or not. But you started by giving something. Same thing with Shake and Share, right? You're giving free samples of our nutrition line. People are coming and they're just receiving something from you, just taking something in from you to add value to the interaction. And hopefully when you have this opportunity to interact, this book will also help you to kind of dig down deeper into that. What are all the levels of that? When you're in the middle of a share, you may advise somebody on, a plumbing issue or who knows what it might be, right? It has nothing to do with health and fitness or the business opportunity. But are you always on the lookout of where can you bring value? Where can you give in the situation freely? Okay, and that's another thing that this book is going to talk about. Without keeping score, we're not keeping score. We're not giving so that we can get something. We're not calculating in that sense. You have to give freely. You have to bring value freely. And then if there's going to be any kind of interaction that might lead to something down the road, business transaction or coach partnership thing, then cool. But you can't start out with that. You start off with a whole different mindset. And this book's great for helping set that up. Again, that's why the sneak peeks work. That's why the people who do the free clean eating groups, it gives an opportunity for somebody to come in and interact with you freely, no strings attached, to receive, to kind of check out what it is that you have to give and how you give it and all of that, what it feels like, right? Are you giving freely? Are you excited and enthusiastic? Is it a positive experience for the person who's working with you? And then if it is, then what happens is those folks move along. The people who have great success with those, sneak peeks or free clean eating groups or whatever those free starter groups are, that's an opportunity to be a go-giver, to give freely, and then see if there's any opportunity to make any connection. And then those folks, what they do is you're then moving participants from that group into whatever next groups are that you're working with, your challenge groups, potentially your new coach groups, and whatever else it is that you do when you build that relationship and bring someone along in this journey. Because, that's what we do as Beachbody coaches. We start off, we make a relationship, we find out where we may be able to offer some help and add some value, and then we continue to help nurturing that person's dream and vision and goals along as far as we possibly can, right? Because what's the ideal situation for a Beachbody coach? Ideal situation for me is I'm going to meet someone who I can help and bring value to. We're going to work together. They're going to have success, right? And then potentially fall in love with the products in the company in a similar way to as I have. Join me as a business partner, have an awakening and an aha as I have to the real power of this business opportunity, dive into it 100% and become the most successful coach that the world has ever seen, right? That's my ideal situation. Every time I can find a person in a story like that to happen in my team, or that you can find a person in a story like that to happen in your team, skyrockets are going off and it's celebration time, because that's what drives success. Right? It's team success that drives success. It's not enough for you to be successful. You got to be teaming up with other people who are having success. You're building success stories around you all the time, right? So if that's what it's about, if our goal as coaches is to build success stories, to truly build success stories, whether it's with our customers or our business partner coaches, then it's got to start with giving. You got to start by giving. You've got to start building that trust right from the beginning that you're someone who's going to give. You're someone who is going to bring something to the relationship. You're someone who's going to actually be the catalyst for your customer slash partner or whatever to succeed with their goals. And that's why we say as Beachbody coaches, we are helping people help themselves to reach their own goals, right? Helping people to live healthy, fulfilling lives, reaching their own goals. You've heard that a million times, right? That's who we are. That's what we do. Well, if that's the case, folks, this is one of the concepts that you gotta get. And you have to embrace it and you have to be it at the highest level. So check this book out, okay? Because it's a little bit more complicated than what I just laid out. Obviously, I wouldn't ask you to read the book if it didn't bring more than what I just said. But, there's a concept about giving. What does it mean? And one of those things is what I said. It's a no strings attached, free giving with a true intent to bring value. And when you bring that in and when you grasp this and you become a go-giver, things are going to go crazy for you in your business, okay? So again, like I said, typically my feeling on personal development is it's personal, and I don't, dictate anybody read any particular books along the way, but this is the one, or one of the ones that I highly recommend. And again, it's because we're building some concepts. The first one was get active and work through your own resistance, get it done, because that's what this business is about. Remember, just like your workouts and just like your nutrition, 5 to 6 days a week, daily disciplines, a few habits a day that you're doing every single day, 5 or 6 days a week, active, active, active in the sharing cycle. Okay, that was concept number one. The second one was treat your business like a business. Turn pro. Don't be an amateur about it. Turn pro, okay? Now I want you to learn how to become a go-giver, all right? We're going to go through a few big concepts here, folks, and when we get to the end, if you really grasp these things and you really embrace these things, these are the things that drive success. Everything else will work out for you. All the other details will fall into a place. You got to get the big concepts and you have to embrace them and live them. All right, guys, go get it.